Day 207. 10 to 10. Footings are being poured today. Supporting blocks of the front sewage is being done. Electricians flying through.
Turn on!
Door track is starting to be marked out so we can start getting that cut. Doors going in the other side. Conduit going on the wall everywhere you can see. The tile boys are here to check things out and obviously just prepare the floors. So we're going to get all of that in and strengthen that up. Behind here as well, because of the weight of the tiles, we're going to have to literally board through here as well. Get all that boarded up in here. So stabilise that. We need to do that in both rooms as well. So they're just starting roughing things up. Just making sure we can rough up so that the stuff sticks to the floor. Again, we're going to have to do the same thing on this wall here. The whole wall's going to have to be strengthened up, including this one here. Bit of marine ply from 2x4. Andrew and his team are flying through here, getting on the walls, measuring up, cutting conduit. Got a few temporary issues with the doors. Again, anyone from the UK watching this, tell me whether what we're seeing is right or wrong. This element here, the locking part of the actual bifold itself, is too long. So, have the window company bought up, or have we got a cut? I find it very, very strange that we would have to cut that to go in. But at the moment, if we don't cut it, it's not going in. So either they've ballsed up, or they're expecting us to actually cut, which I just think is very strange. Everything else fits. Everything else fits absolutely perfect, but that one thing. So I'm sort of thinking that they've ballsed up somewhere. But anyway, we're going to test it on the other two as well, get them out and see if it's the same problem. It might be the same one, just two doors. Fingers crossed. It is. It's a problem that they've forgotten to do. It still means that obviously we're now in the Caribbean and they're from England, which means we're going to have to cut it either way. But it's nice to know whether we're meant to do it or whether we're now having to do it. The guys are trying to put another line on here so we can get cutting that today. Got this big bad boy. We have to get that wet, make sure we cut that properly. So it's going to be bloody hard to do. We're probably going to have to start at this end here where it's fatter and try and go off that way one side and that way again the other side. These guys are obviously trying to get that done. Yes, so that's going to be the task for today, trying to get that door track cut in and then analysing whether we need to do it on the other side as well. Fingers crossed it's just one side, but with our luck it's definitely going to be both. Other than that, same thing we've been doing for the last few days really, just trying to edge forward to trying to get everything done. We want to try and have a big white sealed painted box by Thursday, Friday next week, so then we've got 2 weeks of fitting out, kitchen fit out, bathroom fit out. So if the tiling can start in the next couple of days, that means that we're ready to start putting the shower and everything in. Glass is being ordered as we speak, so that can be fitted quite quickly. Then it's literally the sink and the toilet, which is quite straightforward. Obviously we've got to try and get in here done as well, so again we're going to strengthen all of that. That's the back of the shower. Get that strengthened, get that insulated. And get it boxed up and get it skimmed and painted. That's the aim. So loads to do today, but lots of little nitty gritty bits. So we need to try and get a little bit of a plan to ensure that we're focused on getting all those things achieved. But obviously a lot of the labour's out there physically doing the footings as well. So lots going on, but obviously a spread team. So let's see if we can try and stay focused on that. Oh, she is. Okay. Ben, sit, buddy. Huh? We're filming at the moment. Ben, a second. Come down there, Ford. That's what we've done.
Go on, take it.
Come down there. Door tracks. Hopefully, we'll have to do this again. What do you think?
Good.
Okay, let's do break these now. Broken. Now we're going to do all the way down there. Okay, you can stop that, Ford.
I feel like you can stop that.
So that's the door tracks nearly done. We've still got to finish the rest. The 4 minute past 12 bell went, so unfortunately everyone at lunch left me. And that little bit to do as well. Gutted. So let me show you what we. So obviously the line that we pulled, we've now chased out another, on average, 1/4 to 1/2 inch all the way down here. So that's now done. That does mean that we'll have a slight swell at the front. Obviously, if we're doing a, if you look at this, we've actually done this. So it's meant to be straight. It's not. So we've had to bow it. So we've had to cut and straighten that line up, which means we're going to get obviously a swellage at the front. Swellage, is that even a word? Swellage. I think we should add it. It's a great word. This side again, same thing. We've gone all the way down here now on the line. Still need to break that out. As you can see now, look at the gap. Right through now, and then you cut through the front and then break it out. So this is now out. And then we've got to take that all the way down here as well. You can't see the line, but you see, just about now see the pen line. We've got to take that all the way to the corner. So that's going to be the hardest part. Just obviously not going to get there, stand there as a human being. It's going to be quite hard to get that bit done. So once that's done, we can dig it all out. There's still things like here, there's some ties in the floor to hold down some of the metal conduit and stuff out, so we need to get in there and break them out. I mean, that's broken off, but now it's in there. We need to get that out. And we also do have still some of the actual conduits that were holding the wood up. So we have to go down with an oscillator and get those cut out and get those filled as well. There's quite a few of them. Again, same thing here. We've got two there, look. Another one here, another one here, one here. So it held it up, but it didn't make it stop it from swelling and contracting. So anyway, that's going to be the bit for later on. Walls are being moved. So I told you there's a wall that was put an inch over. So Andy's now taking and moving that wall there. Throughout here, more conduit is going on for the walls. It's all wall now done. Look. I think they're in the midst of also starting to fix stuff on the wall as well. So this one's up, more windows going in. I've had a bit of a nightmare with the windows, as I said earlier on. I have to try and see if we can rectify those. But yeah, really painful. I'm not too sure, it's got to be a design defect. I think the guys have forgotten to do something, so from the factory, I mean, for us to have to cut the door entries that go in here, just doesn't seem right. So I need my window man to give me a call so I can find out whether it's been a balls up at their end and we've got to rectify it here, or whether it's actually the way it is. Either way, I'm gonna have to rectify it. So bathrooms need to be strengthened, the walls need to be sorted, so I've got to do those later as well. What else? Yeah, so it's mainly the guys are still doing the actual electrical work in here. Still a lot more going into the ceiling. Cat 5, 6 even is going in. That's being done. Let's have a quick look out here. Let's have a quick look. So the guys have been working on the foundations today whilst I've been in there. So we have concrete in here. We have concrete in here. We have concrete all the way over there. And we have concrete to here. So they are over halfway through. So this pipe still needs to be sorted out. Obviously I did the concrete base for it yesterday, so that's actually in there, but again we need to actually put some concrete down the below. Obviously when they take this around I'm going to get them to encompass all of this. So the base is up there and I'm going to get loads of stones put over that. We're going to make sure that pipe is 100% protected. I'm not having this aggro again. Bearing in mind we've still got to get the excavator up here to dig this up as well, so it's got to go over this pipe we're putting down, which scares the shit out of me. Yeah, and also we've been doing the front supports for the drainage, which we're going to have to pull a line for before we lay in. And we've still got to drill the hole out there as well. So, yeah, so as you can see, concrete blocks are in there waiting for it. But I think we can actually, if we do it right, we should be able to diagonally take that pipe through without putting a bend on it. I mean, worst case scenario, we're going to have to do a couple of 45s, but I do hope that we can get the right run we need, and also have no bends at all, no 45s. No 90s, just a straight run straight through. And again, I'm going to get that backfilled with marl, then I'm going to stone underneath it, then I'm going to stone over the top of it as well. I'm going to make sure this literally does not move. And again, schedule 40 pipe, so that there is no chance of it being crushed. And then we obviously got to do down here as well. So plenty to do, plenty to do. Also, I'm looking for ideas. Anybody knows anything? I'm looking for some nice looking grills. Obviously we've got these breathe holes on here to help the basement breathe, but I need to put some nice looking grills on there. So anybody got any ideas? Need some links, send me some websites. I definitely need to get that purchased, that's for sure. We need to look at getting that done sooner rather than later as well, so I don't want it looking like an eyesore. It does at the moment. So yeah, so any ideas, any places you can recommend us go to and have a look, send it over to me as soon as you can. Okay, quick update. 5 to 4. Guys are pretty much at the last corner now on the footings. So we've pretty much done all of this here. Last return now, back to the wall. 35 minutes to get that done in. So we can finish on time, which would be absolutely amazing. Fair play to it. Okay. Inside. Okay, so we've actually put the door tracks in to test that they fit, and they do. Another rectification job achieved. You alright, guys?
Yes, we gotta wrap this up, right?
Yeah, if we can. Pain in the backside, but if we leave it in here and we don't cover it, you know what'll happen. It might work actually. If there's any ply, any lengths of ply, we'll put that on top of it.
Put it on length of ply?
Yeah. Yeah, some thinner lengths. Yeah, put it on top.
Okay.
They're upside down, and you put them all upside down.
Oh, so it doesn't all falling?
Yeah. Make sure they're upside down on each other, because in that way, these surfaces don't get scratched.
I get that.
Yeah?
You're not getting new shorts upside down.
Okay. What else do we have? We have 4 doors in.
And then you also do the concrete, so if you get not here, you only get the concrete.
On the roof?
You get the box in there?
Yeah.
You done?
I've done it, yeah. As in, I sprayed the Osflow and the expanding foam, that's all done.
So you do that and that?
I haven't done that one over there, because I was told that was done. But I will double check it though. Okay, so the doors are in. Disappointing from the manufacturer, because as you can see here, there's a gap. That's because there's actually a return that goes in here with all the latches and everything in it. And for some unknown reason, they've not cut it to size, which means it just doesn't fit, all 4 of them. So on this side, as you can see, you have the frame itself here, and then you have a recess that sits in. all pre-cut, fits in absolutely snug as a bug in a rug. And as you can see down here, it sits in here nicely. Whereas on this side, it's actually going to have to sit over here. So it's got to sit on flush on here, and then it's also got to be cut to sit on here. So I don't know why, but they actually haven't had them pre-cut. They're all too long. And bless the door guy, he tried to persevere with one over here, thinking that it was just maybe the measurements incorrect, but you know, an hour later it was obvious that they hadn't been cut to size. So again, the other issue we got as well is the door won't shut, because there's a bolt, a threaded bolt that goes from here all the way down to the base and underneath here, which I'm not too sure you can actually see on here, but there's like there's a rivet thing here. There it is. So that's meant to be flush. So on 2 of the doors, it's 20 mil too long, which means even in an unlocked position, so I now lock it, I'll show you again now, it's now poking out even more, look. So you should be able to see that now, but you shouldn't be able to see it now as it is. It just doesn't clear. So, downside is that door needs to be lifted in. This door, absolutely fine. This door, absolutely fine. This door, absolutely not fine. So 2 of the doors have got 1 bolt that's okay. 2 doors haven't got bolts that are okay. Now what we've actually done is we've looked at one of them and we've worked out how to adjust, and we've cut a piece off. Now we shouldn't have to cut a piece off, but that's obviously exactly what we've had to do in order to get the door in. So now what we've got to do, we've got to do the same with that one, but that one's actually now been fitted, which means we've got to take the door out in order to get the screws underneath out to drop the thing down. So yeah, that one's actually got to come out to be adjusted. So God knows why, but 2 doors have been fitted with incorrect threads, lengths, which means that the bolt obviously doesn't clear. And all 4 doors have had the lockable mechanism this side delivered too long, which means we have to cut them. There's no way around it. We have to cut them. So once I've spoken to the guy that provided the windows, and he confirms that's exactly what I've got to do, then on behalf of the doorman, I'm going to be cutting those for him, because that's a bit of a responsibility for him to have to do. But anyway, as I keep saying, it is what it is. Other things we've done. Right, so in here, as you can see, all of the framework's out on the wall. It's got to be fixed to the wall, but it's actually framework's been done and it's on the wall. This one's going to be taken up to here, but we've got this issue here with the concrete, so we're actually going to go across here and then frame down around that. This will be dot and dabbed. This will be plasterboarded all around here as well in a dot and dab fashion. So with this column, these walls obviously have been done now. Carpenters are going to be getting on tomorrow, stabilising all of this. This isn't too bad because this is actually a 6-inch wall, but as you can see, you get a lot of wobble because we are 12-foot ceilings. So what we have to do obviously is just make some uprights and some ladders throughout the middle to try and stabilise them, including this one here. Mainly because obviously these are going to be tiled. This is going to be the shower room here, so we're going to have concrete board, the stuff here. Concrete board's going to be going on the walls, and then we're going to be tiling it. So what we can't have is any form of movement, otherwise eventually the adhesive will crack and tiles will come away, which obviously would not be ideal. Again, same here, walls have been done. Hallway's been adjusted, fair play to him. This is the one that was obviously not done right. So they've undone the roof and moved that over. I think they've still got to do the floor, as far as I'm aware. Not too sure. So the ceiling is now dead straight, fair play to them. And then, yeah, it's just, I think it's a case of grinding off the actual, the bolts in here and just pulling this over to where the line is. So you see the line's been pulled through. So done the top, then they can crack on the ceiling. Just need to obviously do the actual bolts in the floor. In here, same thing. Got to take those walls off, get those insulated. That's one of the things they're going to do for me, so I can do that tomorrow. Everybody? And then in here we're going to land up stabilising again this wall. I don't know if I told you already about this. These all need to be undone because obviously someone screwed them on here. They need to be screwed through the sides because as you can see it's twisting, which means we can't plasterboard flat. maybe not so flush like that. So they need to be undone and screwed through here. Same one here, bit of a mess. And then we've got to put 2x4s right through and then some ladders through here. Again, just to try and stop the actual movement of the wall. It's very in and out-y. That's definitely got to be done. But again, all on the walls, all ready to be bolted on. Some plasterboarding going on the outsides. Pendulum's now in the right place. 6 along here, shows you how long the breakfast bar is going to be. Look, it's going to be a nice 6,000. So it should be a nice big worktop. Door tracks on both sides have been done now. So we've tested it, the door tracks go in. So it's now just literally getting them out on Monday and making sure we bolt them together and ensure they're definitely going in there. Things like this, cut this back. Oh, it's actually just it's muck anyway, so it's okay. We need to get all this wood out of here as well, so we need to get that gone. Quite a lot of it we're going to keep, so I need to get those flat, because at the moment they're all up there in the moment, which means they're going to bow. And that's the wood that's actually going to be used above here, the 2x6s. All the other stuff we'll cut because we were going to use them on the walls, but we decided to go with the metal instead. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are so far. So I can still use some of this 2x2s in the bathrooms with regards to the built-in systems and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just a case of getting it all gone, really. Anyway, that's pretty much done for our working Monday to Friday so far. So obviously we do 7 days, so we'll be back in tomorrow and Sunday. But that's pretty much as it is. Pretty much that is it for the working week so far. So anything changes, I'll check in. If not, I'll be back on tomorrow.